Okay. What's going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of day zero. What day we on? 216? I think that's what I put up there.
Fucking Jesus, it's so high.
217.
I can't count that high.
We 200 and something. Okay, we way into 200s. All right, and we feel really good about it. We've got everybody here today. The immaculate one, the spiritual one, the powerful one, me, the one. Guys, are you doing well today?
Yes.
So
The
Yes.
solstice.
let me
It's
tell you-
solstice. It's
let me-
Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
It is the best time of the year. But I'm gonna tell you what's making me not well. Okay, I'm really getting
Okay.
fucking. I done about had it with these motherfucking. I don't even know. They're allegedly influencers, but I don't know where the fuck they come from. I don't know what the fuck they do. And all these niggas hang on their nuts like they do something special. And I don't fucking get it. Like, I can't stand this motherfucker Neon. Who the fuck is this Neon? Why is he famous? And why does he have $1 million watch? And who the fuck is this guy? Can someone please explain what's going on in the world to me?
I don't know. He seems to be playing it.
Neon is.
You're
Oh
lucky.
God, Lee, but
Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And this motherfucker will pop up on your dude. He's gonna start popping up on your stream, on your fucking X feed, just because I'm talking about it, and it's gonna make its way back to the fucking the artificial intelligence. So, but no, these guys. I'm sick of people who are famous for no reason.
I know you're sick of him. I'm sick of Jake Paul. Okay, I'm done with the Jake Paul.
Well,
he's
brother,
he's gonna be drinking soup for the next 3 weeks.
Him and his brother are just internet opportunists. It seems. Whatever they can get some clicks on, they do to get the clicks. And so I'm kind of disappointed that something like WWE would be so inviting to somebody like fucking Logan Paul. Yeah, because like that makes a mockery of their own profession. Like,
yeah, but it's their target market. You know, it's like they've got like it's the demographic.
These marketing terms make me want to vomit.
But that's how they're looking at this. They're going, he's got a whole new audience. He's got this. He's online. It's people that wouldn't normally be into this, or they're into it, or whatever. You know, that's how they think.
But
Jake, you know that UFC building in the southwest of Vegas, Corey? Have you driven by their
You're talking about the Apex? You're talking about the Apex, right?
In the last
that's got
couple
the mini
years.
ring in it.
The last time I left there in 2020, but I've driven. It's right off the highway. What's that highway that makes the loop around Vegas? That highway that makes the loop that no one ever. That's the fastest highway ever. Like, everyone gets bogged down in the traffic, and every time I've ever been on that fucking road, it's been like you can get anywhere in like no
it's
time
great.
at all.
But they dominate. Like, when you drive by the UFC headquarters, it is right off the freeway. It is massive, and it is undeniable. So, like, that didn't get built by people that are bad at demographics. That's what I'm saying. This is a calculation. It may be gross and you may not like it, but
you're right,
dude. There's a lot of money out there for them. You get a new batch of people that are hooked on it or something. And
okay, so my
oh no, go ahead.
Let me just say my issue. Let me just say my issue, okay? Because I got the same issue with Floyd Mayweather. All right, is that it just starts to make a mockery of the said sport, and he get paid a ton of money for people to go watch some bullshit. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Jake Paul
made $92 million. $92 million
last night.
I was like, what?
Or 2 nights ago, he made $92 million.
Yeah. I'm like, how? From what? I'm like, but there's people out here struggling, and you made $92 million for some bullshit.
Someone can come break my jaw for $1 million.
This is
I don't want to get my jaw broke.
Supply and demand. This is when you're in a specialized industry and you're the guy who can go across the middle and convert on third down. You get paid because nobody else can do it. And if you're Jake Paul, you're great at promoting and fighting. He's better at fighting than I honestly gave him credit for when he started. I've been impressed. I know he's fought a bunch of. I know he hasn't fought like a bunch of, the top line guys.
True boxers, like folks who actually are like.
The dude is an influencer and then became a boxer, not a boxer who became an influencer. I mean, like, it's a pretty fucking crazy pivot, if you ask me. But he's cracked code, man. And you know what? He came out of Hollywood early. So let's not kid ourselves. A lot of this might have been made to happen as well. He was one of those kids that was like
Oh.
young and doing a lot of work in Hollywood, and you know how that shit goes.
Man, the fact it was, I just like I do not get it. Like I'm not going to the event. I don't watch the events. Like it's like not even interested at all. Like I don't. It's not competition. Like, and it's somebody like I'm a dude. Like I thrive off that competition. Like I go play sports because I love the competition. And it's just like when I just see the bullshit, I'm just like, damn, man. I mean, I
So
understand when I watch professional wrestling that I understand what I'm looking at. All
right,
right.
you shouldn't be watching this for the competition. You would be watching this to see that dude get knocked the fuck out.
I don't know if he. I don't know if he knew that.
Just because he had it coming to him. One of those hate watching. I bet you, how much money people were like, I just
there's a
want
lot
to
of
see
money
this
in
dude
hate
get
watching.
knocked the fuck out
Yeah.
by this big ass dude, like a real ass boxer who is a gorilla. He's going to kill him in the ring. Maybe I'll pay to see that.
Yeah, he's a British gorilla too. That damn nigga's a
Which means
Brit.
it's gonna sound awesome when he does it.
Yeah, he's a full-on Brit. I was like, okay,
Like
I hear
Lennox
you,
Lewis.
bro.
Lennox Lewis would beat
Yeah.
the fuck out of you, and they'd stick a microphone in front of him, and people would lose their minds. They'd go, "Oh my god, this guy sounds like he should be teaching at Oxford."
Hey, Sacred Geometry said it correctly on Rumble. NPCs love that shit. There ain't no doubt about that.
Dude, for sure.
Like, folks, they'll get together, they'll get liquor drinks, they'll have friends over. We're gonna stay up to 2 a.m. to see Jake Paul fight Joshua. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, not at all.
Yeah, to get famous, you basically have to cater to idiots, people who are vapid and self-absorbed and like super, super mainstream. I don't know if there's any other way.
Yeah, and it's just like it's extremely weird. I mean, like I understand the bread and circuses type of deal. I understand that, but like this whole Jake Paul phenomenon and how he is like bringing in millions and millions of dollars every single time. I'm just like, man, how, man? I'm like, I'm trying to grasp it, and it's like it's not correlating.
Dude, the same way the Trans-Siberian Orchestra brings in millions and millions of dollars because they're putting on a show. You know
I can't believe you just mentioned them because I just watched the documentary on them. So I just watched the whole fucking thing on those guys. Yeah, they used to be the band Savatage, a heavy metal band out of Tampa, who actually they were like a local band in Tampa when I was growing up, and I probably seen them a couple times like opening up for other bands and never gave a fuck because they were kind of like opera kind of metal shit. And so one day their manager just went to him and said, "Hey, you guys want to be this Christmas fucking band?" And like they're like, "Yeah, let's do it." and that's it.
Best decision they ever made.
Wow.
I used that line on my 14-year-old when we were driving. I was driving her to school, and the commercial came on for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I just go, there is no way the entire orchestra is trans, and I did it with a straight face. I watched her just kind of turn a little bit and look at me just to see if I would keep it together. I didn't crack.
That I'm dead serious. This is dead serious what we're talking about here. But I'm just saying, like, there's people that's legit, that's real. There's people out here doing real things in the world. I understand, you got supply and demand and however much money is moving through it. But I'm just trying to figure out how there's that much money moving through Jake Paul. How I didn't think he wasn't really a personality before he even started boxing. Not for me. There's some people out there that's interesting, but he wasn't ever really a personality.
I don't think I don't think he's targeted to us though. I think he's like definitely not our demographic. That's
probably it.
That's probably it. So like if I go to YouTube, what I see versus what my daughter sees, vastly different, right? So maybe she's getting fed Jake Paul, but I'm certainly not, for a variety of reasons.
Well, and it's a repetition
Yeah, but-
thing, like anything.
Mhm.
Like, how many exposures can you make someone have? And then that many exposures determines whether or not they like it or not. I mean, it's like a proven thing, and especially in music, right? There'll be like a pop song, nobody likes it, but then they play it like 500 times, and now everybody likes it. And like, even if you started out not liking it, you're like, well, I kind of like it now. And it's because
Well,
it got into your brain. And what did they studied, how many times you have to hear something in order to believe it's true, even if logically you know that it's not, right? And repetition is all that it takes. You just repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. So even if people are like, who cares about Jake Paul? Who cares about Jake Paul? Who cares? That's his name, right? And then like however many times, and eventually they're like, who the fuck is Jake Paul? And now they're just like watching Jake Paul.
So I actually watched one of his video interviews. I guess it was his podcast, but it was, I must confess, it was super fascinating. It was this dude from Europe, this European guy. It was funny. I was like, damn, I'm not supposed to like this, but it was a fascinating conversation with some dude. And I was like,
It
well,
was
if
like
it's
me
all
with
like
Peter
this, then
Thiel.
that'd be okay. But
I was like, fuck it. I've never
Well-
even listened to Peter Thiel. I'll listen to him. And then I was like, holy shit, I agree with so far 100% of things he says. So maybe there's something where I'll just hate his guts and he'll say something fucking just way across the line. But so far, he's like, pretty cool in my book. Everyone will hate
Well,
hearing
here's-
that too. But I
Mhm.
think all the people who hate hearing it have never heard him talk like I was before.
Mm,
I was
my
like,
big
I mean,
hang
I
up with
get,
him is how he talks.
yeah, he's a weirdo, but like, so is every tech person I've ever known. Like,
Hey,
it's
you got to
whether
be
you're
weird to be a tech
autistic-
person.
right? Like, whether you're autistic or not, you're probably a transhumanist, and you're also deeply, deeply left brain logical, like beyond most people. So people who don't understand what autism is will just think that you're autistic because they don't understand what autism is, because you're so logical and so left brained. So it is almost like alien to people who are anywhere in the middle or like really right brained. They're just like, what creature is this? But idea wise, nah, he had nothing that I was like, what a fucking evil guy. Like, nothing.
His business partner.
Yeah, well, and this is separate from like the architecture or what they might have actually built or what it might be being used for. I'm just saying, like, the dude is just a dude. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
interesting.
yeah. Back to
Claimed to be
your
a
point, Lindsay. On back to your point on putting like songs and things of that nature. They put people in front of you that they've already paid. So like if they've already like, hey, here goes money, then they're damn sure gonna make sure that people see it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it, or hear it. Like that's just all there is to it. It's like, hey, we already sunk this money into it, so you need to see it and hear it. That's it. Like whether it's actually going to be able to be profitable or not really doesn't matter at the end of it. It's just the fact that we want this person out in front of you, so that's what's going to happen,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yep. We own
Yeah,
this
regardless.
person, so you will watch this person.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
Which, like,
before we go
is a
further,
reverse
uh-huh.
way of looking at, like, is everything that is put in front of us manufactured for a very specific outcome? Because that's the black pill version of reality, right? And that's like sort of the idea about even the cabal or the Illuminati or anything that you want to think is going on is very coordinated. But the opposite of that is that there's just like, this is how you make money. So, but they're both
Yeah.
true in my opinion. There is a very coordinated effort, and there's also like a whole conglomerate of effects that are literally just because someone's making money. The people who are very coordinated are going to use that, right? And absolutely, but that doesn't mean that everyone's who's in the sphere of like making a lot of money off of things is also in the sphere of very coordinated efforts to bring you down, right? Mentally,
Or
and
the
otherwise.
thought that they may make money. Like there's been a whole bunch of shit, AI, that they're just throwing out there. Oh yeah, we're gonna make money at some point in time. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. Before we get too much further, Lindsay, I always like to bring up if somebody leaves a comment, and I just want you to respond on this because this one was put directly to you on my YouTube page. All right.
All right.
It's from a Bant Bale Sieg. Not sure what that means. But it says, Lindsay, you've been lied to about the supposed social credit score in China. people do have a financial credit score just like in the US. And if a Chinese person is arrested on suspicion of a serious crime, then their movements may be curtailed to prevent them escaping. That's about it. If you have any concrete evidence which shows that there is more to it than that, feel free to present it. So I just want to make sure, I want to put that out for the.
I have the same response to every single person who says anything like this to me. And it's A, go fuck yourself. And B, if I wanted to, I would. I don't need your invitation. I'll add to that by saying, like, I have done plenty of shows where I provide plenty of evidence. And then when people say, where's your sources? I say, go fucking find your own. Like, because when it comes down to it, I don't give a shit what you think about China or their social credit score. Random internet commenter. So I just think it's weird. But yeah, obviously they do. And many, 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 many Chinese citizens who leave China will tell you all about it. And you can go find them yourself. Have a good Christmas.
There we go. There we go. I just want to make sure. Hey, I don't want to leave no stone unturned for people. You leave a comment. I want people to be able to respond
Happy to respond.
to said comment. Hey, but once again, like I said, I mean, I was talking to some people at my gym the other day. After we got done playing basketball, and they were talking about, how you go over and live in China and it costs you $400 a month. I said, man, everybody, they see some flashing lights, bud, and we just go right into fucking 3-year-old kid mode. I'm trying to tell you, dude. I mean, just quickly.
Go visit first before you blindly move to China.
And pay attention to how closely you will be like quartered into like just different pathways and different places at these times and these, and like even your visit will be highly tailored and highly watched.
Yeah.
And
Like-
if you think it's not, you're blind.
Everywhere sucks but here. So no matter how bad it sucks here, like it sucks worse no matter where else you go. So I don't know what the fuck
Cheers.
people are thinking.
You need to stay away from a place that's being bombed or that's going to be bombed in the future. Like maybe Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Venezuela. You don't want to be there anytime soon. They're about to get some democracy dropped on their ass, unfortunately.
You see, I see the issue that I believe or the thought that they got in their mind is that the people over there will be accepting of them. And I'm just
That
like,
is not
vote
that
me.
is what they always think.
Yeah.
And-
I ain't looking to bring no
and
nigga
then-
shit over there now. I mean,
They got spoiled with that. Listen, I mean, the French treated the Nazis. I mean, the Nazis were given roses and shit like that too when they strolled into certain parts of the world. So
yeah. So like
everybody
Sacred
loves
said
Lion
on
oh, they want us.
Sacred said it. Yeah, Sacred said perfectly on Rumble. Visiting is different than living.
Yeah.
So we got that conception in our mind. So I hear people all the time, I want to move to the beach when I retire. I'm like, but once you move there, it takes away all that, that great feeling that you get when you're on vacation and go to the beach. Like,
That's true.
now you're just there and you're like, yeah, whatever. Like, you've got this utopia in your mind because when you go there, you're not working, you're having a good time. You might be sitting in the sand, not me, fuck the sand. But you might be sitting in the sand, sipping you a margarita. You know what I'm saying? Your wife might actually let you have sex with her. You ain't had sex with her in about 6 months, but y'all go on vacation, and you're like, hey, I'll let you get some of this puss today. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel good today. And so you're like, oh, man, we need to move to the beach, and that open up our horizons. No, it won't. It's just going to be life as usual once you get there. It's just going – I mean, you're just going to be at the beach, and you'll be tired of that eventually. You'd be like, oh, shit, all these tourists and, man, shit's closed during this time of year. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're just used to the good times. But what do you do with the rest of the time? It's just like everything. It's just like your relationship. Your relationship is not the first 4 or 5 months of it. If you're talking about going 10, 15, 20 years, there's a whole lot more involved to it. So it's just like, once again, shiny objects. Shiny rocks, Corey. We're attracted to shiny rocks, shiny objects,
Shiny
things
rocks,
that flash.
dude. Fucking shiny rocks. I'll never get over gold. Gold is the dumbest shit in the world. It has no purpose except jewelry. People are like, oh, well, it has industrial use. Well, it didn't fucking 5,000 years ago when they started using it. It just looked fucking cool. All right. People are stupid. Shiny rocks are dumb. I can't believe they hold value. Everything is just fucking blowing me away lately. We live in, I hope this is a simulation because the real world better be fucking cooler than this.
Did we get thrown off into a different like timeline or something, Lindsay?
You did.
I did. I don't know if you guys did.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Most definitely, because in the timeline I was at before, I'm not here talking. You see what I'm saying? Like that was the timeline I was in before. like I wasn't here. Like I wasn't anywhere near here at all. So it's just wild, man. But you know, when I heard those guys talking at the gym about China and Japan and all that stuff, I'm like, man, they just ain't letting all y'all jigs go over there, bud, and just hang out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that ain't happening, dog. Like they are, you know, culturally Japanese and culturally Chinese. They ain't no melting pot. I know they got a McDonald's over there, but that's about it, nigga. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's about all you get. Other than that, it's straight Chinese, it's straight Japanese.
Dude, and even
you
that
ain't bringing
shit is
nothing else over
Chinese
there.
and Japanese. You're hoping that you're gonna get this like Starbucks or this like chicken sandwich from KFC or whatever. It's gonna be like what you remember, but it's not because it's different chicken, it's different breading, and it's different everything, and everything's different. This is like culture shock too. Like people think culture shock is just being somewhere where things are wildly different than you're used to, and it's like hard to consider for a moment or something, and then it's over. And it's like, no, culture shock is like a series of stages you go through for years. And so if you're going to move to China, like you can look to be wildly uncomfortable, sometimes deeply depressed, horribly angry, hating everything at various times along that journey. So like you could do it if you really want to live somewhere, but you should really want to live somewhere if you're going to go through all of that.
You
like
should go check it out.
Emotional turmoil.
I know you like checking out different stuff.
Well, check out what?
China.
Shit.
Let's go check it out.
But I ain't getting it. Look, man, it's all good. I let y'all talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, man, sounds great. I just ain't looking to fuck with none of it. I'm just gonna be honest with you, like at all. And I know they're like, oh, well, you know, you're not broadening your horizons. And I said, that's okay for me. I'm gonna let everybody else broaden theirs. All right, get your horizons broadened, but I ain't trying to go over there and I can't understand these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's my first thing. I was already got the problem here. I got the problem here. All right, already. So a damn sure ain't going over to their country where I can't understand them. They'd be sitting there looking at me, talking to me in some foreign language. I'd be like, oh no.
I hear they like the brothers over there.
I mean, they like
they
midway on the brothers. Charlie, are they midway on the brothers? Let me know. Where they at?
They don't.
Midway?
They don't care for the brothers much.
Remember when there was like a bus full of like basketball players, most of which were black, and like everyone was like yelling the N-word at them and telling them to leave.
They'll hard R you in the stands pretty easily.
Come on, Chinese.
Or monkey sound you for sure.
Real.
They don't give a shit.
Well, we said that the Asians are pretty much just white people, which is a touch of 10. We talked about that on Beyond the Cube. I mean, the world has just pretty much labeled him as that, or at least America has. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's like, what about the Chinese people? They get protections? No protections. We made one commercial for them, and then we figured out what was really going on. We're like, yeah, never mind. They deserve the hate they're getting. That's what happened. When every video they showed was some black dude beating some Asian dude or Asian woman up in a damn subway or somewhere, they were like, well, maybe they deserve the hate they get. It is black folks whooping their ass, so they got to be doing it for some reason. I was like, well, there it is, guys. I mean, it's like, hey, we stopped Asian hate real quick by just not talking about it no more.
For real.
That's how you truly stop the hate. If you want to really stop the hate, you just stop talking about it.
That's fair.
So now Asian folks are no longer hated.
Asian
hate gone,
though?
just like that.
They
said it in that one commercial. They had the one commercial.
They got one. Yeah, I know they got to stop Asian hate thing. That's nice and all, but I
Yeah, they
didn't know that there was a lot of. I didn't know that was something that was going on.
Only about
They
black
didn't
people.
realize that it was the black people until like like a month or two later, and then
Right.
they thought it was white people that was hating Asians.
So
And then
they were
like,
running
"Oh."
it as like trying to. What it really was, hey, white people, stop being so racist, and then they were like,
Yeah,
oh,
mhm.
actually, the
shit.
blacks,
Yeah, back off.
and then
Look,
it went
man,
away.
to be honest, like white people have went out of their way to try to assimilate everybody into one culture, unlike everybody else in the world. I mean, if you want me to be honest, I mean everybody else is like,
Well, that's mostly the
fuck these other cultures.
doing of the Jews. They've been assimilating
Well,
everybody on our behalf.
They weaponize
Yeah,
white
yeah.
women. They weaponize white women, and white women have been trying to assimilate.
Did we
the
just
whole
go
world.
25 minutes and not mention the Jews, or did I accidentally say it earlier for something?
I think,
No,
I
I
think
think
we
I
said
might
it
have been
twice.
I think you
personally
might have
bring it
slipped
up.
up. I think
Yeah,
you
I
might have
can't go
slipped
10
up.
minutes without the word Jew coming out of my mouth for some reason.
I think you might have slipped
I
up.
think we might have
But
slipped through
it's
the YouTube censors.
yeah, but I mean, created this hole and made it a melting pot and all that stuff. They tried to go and bring technologies and all that. I mean,
It,
was it for the
it's
better?
not
I'm not sure, but it was there.
the melting pot
Maybe.
concept is not true. I don't think it's
Oh,
true.
okay.
I don't
All
think
right,
that
time for
diversity is our strength. I think
time for grok.
sociology will tell you that like the tribes that stick together stay together, man. Like when you get to prison, it's about the color of your skin. And the
Yeah.
idea that like on the outside you're like, oh, you're racist if you talk about skin color and everything. It's like, dude, you better get real honest with reality when you get into prison, right? First thing they do is just group up based on color, even if you were in rival gangs. So like these leftists are like, I don't see color.
Liars.
You're total liars. You sound like you want people to think that you are so evolved that you don't see color. But to say that you don't see color is to admit that you are in fact not seeing the entire picture.
Crazy
it's
thing
the
about not
includes
seeing color.
as a context doesn't mean it's the only part of the picture, but it is part of it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't see color. Well, you better
ridiculous.
your life might depend on it. You know what I
How
mean?
Well, the
racist is
crazy-
it to like look at a black person and be like, I can't tell you're black? Like that's
I
not
can't
racist
see that.
somehow.
I see clear through you. You're just
Yeah,
clear.
you're just
You're
transparent.
mocha. You're burnt
Yeah.
sienna.
Well, the crazy thing about not seeing color is that they're still black and white.
I mean, unless they're legitimately colorblind, then I will accept that.
You still see two distinct colors.
It
Like
still looks different.
even somebody who wasn't like black like me, they're brown, they would be like distinctly a different shade.
You do see gradients, right?
Yeah.
Shades.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if you're colorblind.
So-
literally.
Even if you're colorblind. How do you
Yeah, the
if you drive
colorblind
a
thing's
car? Do you have
weird.
a driver's
Fucking thing to
license?
say.
Did you pass the sight test? I mean, what's going on here?
It's a virtue signaling bullshit thing. It has the exact same energy as the Canadians who are like, oh, you Americans still don't have socialized medicine law. And I'm like, you fucking assholes.
Because
Your
you'll
system
die
is
on an
so
organ
fucking
transplant
broken.
list.
Motherfuckers wait for
So-
like 15 fucking years for a basic surgery that could get done just in a moment down here. And then they die from it. And then like when they can't get it fast enough, you're like, well, we'll kill you for free. How about
Right.
that? That's your socialized medicine, you arrogant fucks. It has the exact same flavor as that because you're both virtue signaling fuckholes who don't actually care about reality at all.
If you actually are in that Canadian situation and you have money, what you'll do is you'll fly to Mexico and have the procedure done.
Yep. Or here.
And that won't be socialized medicine, will it? It will
Right.
be, I've made a decision to go into the private market to save my life.
Dude,
And I'm not hating on you for it, but don't brag about socialized medicine and then go pull that bullshit.
For real.
Because we all know who they're. I was in the emergency room in Puerto Vallarta and I got thrown off that fucking horse by the white tiger. By the way, when my wife sent that message to my mother-in-law responded in the text message, "Is this code for cocaine?"
Was he high as
I was
fuck?
like, "No, I know I did." But when I was in that emergency room, they had a flat panel TV screen, big one with like a loop playing that was an ad for the private medical services of this of this like emergency room. It's like an emergency room / private place that's doing all kinds of surgeries. And it's like, I sat there while I was waiting for them and watched the infomercial for like 30 minutes. I was like, God damn, man, if I ever need anything, I'm coming down here.
Yeah, dude, if
Because you
you
get
have
a
a
nice little vacation. They've done the whole thing too. It's like you fly in, you stay at a beautiful resort right next to the place. We do the procedure. You go back there. You stay there for like 4 days. You recover, and then you leave. You get a little vacation there, and then it's like all that is a third of the price of what you would pay in the States, and you'd be in like insurance policy hell trying to swing it. So
yeah.
people are like, if they've got the money, they're like, I'll come down and do. And a lot of it's elective surgery, right? It's like nose jobs and hair plugs and shit like that. But like some of it's not. Some of it's like you fly to Turkey because like they can do some shit that nobody's in the States is legally allowed to do.
Yeah, like
You know?
cut your tongue in two and like cut your nose off and your ears off and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or stem cell
Yeah, I
treatment.
mean, and fucking put fucking metal rods in your head, look like a damn Klingon and shit. I'm like, it's like, I mean, some
Is
folks
it
do some weird shit, and
Yeah,
I'm trying to
dude.
figure out how they got all the money to do it. That's
I
what
want to
Yeah.
I'm
that's
trying
what
to
I
figure
really
out
want
who
to know.
practiced, how you taught yourself how to do that to somebody else. How you were like,
Yeah, without killing them.
oh, you should have seen the first version. That guy's all fucked up. He doesn't look
So,
like he
guys,
doesn't look quite as cool as he thought he was going to look.
Grok has come back with an answer for us on the melting
Okay.
pot.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
skip the preamble. It says there's a couple miscellaneous references going all the way back to 1782, but and as far as like a ongoing usage of it in the current context, we have. I'll read this paragraph. The earliest known public use of the exact phrase in print was in April 1875, a magazine article titled "A New Country" by Titus Munson Cohen. Coan. So I don't know if he's wearing a little hat or not. In the Galaxy, which employed nearly identical wording to describe the transformation of immigrants into Americans, fused down in the democratic alembic like chips of brass thrown into the melting pot, was the exact quote used.
Cohen, come on.
Yeah. And then the phrase gained widespread popularity and entered common usage after its prominent role in the British playwright Israel Zangwill, his 1908 play called The Melting Pot, which celebrated America as, and this is a quote, God's crucible, the great melting pot, where all the races of Europe are melting and reforming. So
They
it was
just mean various
referencing
white people.
right, exactly. Exactly.
White
Exactly.
Well,
Christians.
America is really just white folks and black folks who were the slaves they brought over.
And
And I
I'll
ain't
even
gonna say Native Americans because they took all them out pretty much. But
Very few.
I'll even say
it's just
some
white folks
Mexicans
and black folks.
because Mexicans had half
Well,
the
I guess
country
so.
for a long time. So I think
Yeah.
Mexicans can stake some kind of a claim. So
Yeah,
there.
so white, black, Mexicans. That's about
Yeah,
it.
I think that's about
And I
it.
know for Native Americans, they were here for a
No one
short
cares
period of
about
time.
them.
They're still hanging around. They got reservations. Hey, look! At least it was nice enough to give them reservations. They said, "Look, man, I know we fucked y'all up,
Where
but man, here
reservations at
goes this piece
Denny's?
of land. Yeah. Here goes this piece of land. Y'all can gamble and shit on it, and have drug abuse and fucking
Do what you
damn.
will.
Hey, why don't they have hookers there?
Yeah, do they have hookers on
Get
reservations?
paid with what though?
I want a nice Indian hooker with
Seashells?
the
I mean,
headdress on and
what are
all
we
that
talking
shit.
about? Like,
Yeah, but are they truly Indian though, or just like Puerto Ricans with feathers in their
That's
hair?
fine.
Okay, we'll take that.
when we drove from Sedona back to Denver, or there and back, you drive through this area, like through New Mexico, and there's nothing for a long time, just really long stretches of nothing, and then out of nowhere there's a fucking casino, and like Like one of them was like there's like a small little hotel. It was pretty nice, but it's like, where are people coming from? Like it's got to be.
Well, I always wondered that about some of those obscure
There are
Nevada
multiple.
casinos, like in Laughlin. Who the fuck goes to Laughlin for their 3 hotels, right? Like weird shit.
Like the state line,
Yeah, yeah.
Vegas. Yeah, you're like, who's got like that? That's for the degenerate gambler who's like, I can't even wait another 45 minutes to get into Vegas. I have to stop here and either. It used to be that you'd stop there to get a hot dog or something, or ride the roller coaster or go to the outlet malls. But I think for a lot of people, it was like, I just need to get it to a slot machine as fast as possible.
Could we believe that at one point in time these were popular popping havens, and that they've just declined as far as in clientele and amount of people? So I hearken that back to my experience with south of the border. Okay, so I remember going to south of the border when I was a kid, and like there was people there, and it was fun. You got fireworks. You're like, oh yeah. And now when I drive by south of the border, it looks
What's
like
south
if
of the
you
border?
stop there.
Restaurant?
It's no, south. So it's pretty
It's like
much
it's
the
in South
border
Carolina, right?
border in between North Carolina and South Carolina.
Oh.
So the reason that it's popular is because people would drive down there to buy fireworks, because the buy the
Ah,
the
Oh,
really
yeah,
the
yeah.
boomy fireworks, because they're technically illegal in North Carolina. So that's why it made it popular. You have Ferris wheels, you have food, there was all kind of stuff. But now when I drive by, it seems like one of those horror movies. If I stop there, like I'm gonna get abducted, taken somewhere and like chopped into pieces. That's what it looks like. It's like I shouldn't be stopping there for anything, like to piss or anything. It'd be
That's how
better
I
if I
feel
pissed my
about New
pants.
Orleans.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, like when you get like on the 10 freeway and you're coming through New Orleans and it's like New Orleans next 4 exits. You're like, oh, we should get off and see New Orleans. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I remember I got off and I was like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, just turn around. I got right back on.
I got
but
lost
South.
in
Mhm.
I got lost walking around in the ghetto in New Orleans on acid one year
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's great.
because I couldn't find. We went to see Fish at Jazz Fest in like '96, and I parked my bus. There was like 6 of us, maybe 7 of us, and we got out of my bus and I parked it on a street in the hood somewhere, and we had to walk like half a mile to the venue. And then I ate some acid, and after the thing's going on, I'm looking for the bus, and I'm like on the verge of tears, like couldn't find my shit, tripping balls. It was wild.
Yeah, that's bad. Bad
Damn.
news
Well,
bears.
south of the border, like there's literal like signs that's like, hey, you're 100 miles away from south of the border. Like they promote it.
It was a big deal when I
So
was
it's
a
like
kid. Like,
that's
'cause
what
we
I'm
dro-
saying.
we drove
It
from
was a
Florida
big
to New
deal.
York a couple times, and like it was always one of those exciting things to stop there.
Yeah, no more. But I'm trying to tell you, you've seen the movie. What's that movie? Vacancy, where the serial killer had like 10 different personalities, but they were all in his mind. And so the personalities had one night they like put him in a trance or whatever, and all the personalities were coming together and killing each other in his mind. You don't realize that to the end of the movie, but that's what this shit was like. Okay, fucking raining, dark. You're like, it's a motel. Niggas like, hey man, how many minutes you want to stay? It's that type of place.
Oh,
You know what I'm
God.
saying? What do you mean how many minutes I want to stay in this room? It's like we do it by the minute. I mean, 15 minutes. I mean, like it's that type. Like you're like, nah, I'm not stopping there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just see it from afar, and you see like a couple cars out there, and you're like, whew. I mean, I'm pretty sure people were there, but they're no longer there. That's somebody's ride that was stopping to get fireworks or like take a pee or poop or something, and they're no longer with us. So,
What happened?
but I think
What happened to these places?
just time, because
Why don't people do fun things
online.
anymore?
Well,
Everybody
they feel like they're
sucks.
doing something fun. They feel like they're doing something fun when they get on their social media. That's what's fun
That's what sucks.
for
Everybody
people
sucks.
now.
Everybody needs to go outside and do something. Like every day. Go do stuff
You
with
ask
other people.
Lindsay, you asking a lot out of people for
I
them to
know, the
go
subject's
outside,
closed.
and it's scary out there too. Like there's other people out there. You might have to talk and interact with them. You know?
I was really excited. I went to buy chicken food yesterday, and the lady at the checkout was like probably, fuck, I don't know, 16 to 20, right? She's like somewhere in this range, super young girl. And she asked for my email or whatever to get my rewards or something. And then she asked me what the word in my email meant. And I was like, oh my God, you're like a real human being and you exist and you're this age and you're willing to talk to an old lady and ask her a question. And then I told her, and the word is apotropaic, by the way, and it means naturally resistant to evil. And she's like, that is the coolest word I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard that word. I'm like, and you never will again, because it's super archaic and no one uses it. She's like, I'm going to use it. And I was like, I love this person. People don't talk anymore. Like they won't even look at you, or like you're like a problem for them and like everything's bad. And I'm just like, good God, you guys, you're alive. Act like it.
You know, the guy at the grocery store with Down syndrome talks more than anybody else, I find.
I know, and then I get excited. I'm like, yay, someone who's willing to interact. It's like the Down syndrome people and like the rare random person.
Thanks for bagging my groceries. High five.
I mean, we all know when it took a shit. 2020. Just told everybody to stay in the house,
dude.
And no one's
stay
recovered.
in the house. Stop
Like,
entering all.
And people realize that they're like, wait, I don't have to go out and interact with these other lunatics. You know, I felt like I was on. There were points during the 2020 to 2022 era where I felt like I was on a cruise ship. Like I didn't leave my house. There were some times where like I didn't leave. I would leave. I'd go down to the gym every day, but I never I wouldn't leave my neighborhood for like a week. I wouldn't go
and like
anywhere.
Nobody was anywhere. It was kind of nice. It was kind of like a vacation. You're like, wow, we can drive anywhere we want and no one's there. Like there's no one on the road and like this is amazing. And then now it's like really, 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 really old. And I'd rather have life back.
What's crazy? Oh, before we even go any further, let me pull it up. I know y'all been hearing about the what is it, the H3N? This is the
in Spain.
The new it's ain't with us. Yeah.
There's like a swine flu in Spain. And they're tracking it back to a medical research facility.
Here we go.
We are seeing a massive outbreak of flu in the United States right now. It's influenza A, it's H3N2. And as we previously reported, this is a mutated version that appears to evade some of the expected protections of the current flu vaccine. We don't have a lot of data on that, but that's what we think. We're seeing a surge in cases in the United States, and in our own emergency department at Yale, we're seeing a lot of cases, particularly among kids right now, and kids just will eventually spread to the adults. From the clinicians I talk to, there are many cases among the vaccinated, but the sense is that they are less severe. That's anecdotal at this point. One related item to highlight, in August of this year in the New England Journal of Medicine, there was a study that confirms and augments our understanding of the value of the high-dose influenza vaccine for those 65 and older. It seems to reduce hospitalization substantially compared with the usual dose. Even in a season where we believe the vaccine may be less effective than ideal, it still has protections, and I'm going to continue to urge anyone who is as yet unvaccinated to get their flu shot now.
Did he just say this shit don't work, but get it anyway?
Yeah.
Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
These people are fucking
No.
He said
it's so much better.
He said it seems. He said it seems to make the symptoms less severe. But that's anecdotal. But it's only through high doses. High doses. I mean, he's sounding like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What he sounds like.
Do not take the flu vaccines. Do not, under any circumstances, take the flu vaccine. Don't take any vaccines, but do not take the flu vaccines.
Well, he said it was a lot of cases.
They're junk science. Vaccines are junk science.
It's eugenics. I mean,
like,
it's like,
and they had vaccines going back to the late 1700s and shit. Like, how the fuck do you think effective those things were? Give me a goddamn break. You know, it's unfucking believable. It's all fabricated bullshit junk science.
I think about the Rudolf Steiner quote about the vaccine that separates you from your soul, and then talking about that 100 years ago and things like
that
they were dreaming of that, talking about how that'll be, the future. I think we're
And
there,
then
man. I think
remember
that
some of the first feedback we got from people who were doing the injection for COVID were right at like the earliest tests and stuff they were doing. Some people were saying that they couldn't feel God anymore. And then
That's some weird
that's
shit.
when that Rudolf Steiner quote came back into like circulation because people were like, dude, that motherfucker predicted this. And I've said this before, but there were people who I know in my circle of people who were like spiritually connected and whatever who took it and had that experience. Like they no longer could do their spiritual work. So I'm like, I mean, I don't, that's all the proof I have. I don't, just like everything else, if someone asks me to prove it, I'll tell them to go fuck themselves. 'Cause I don't care what they say. But like in my experiences, that's at least one of the potential side effects of this thing that they got everyone to take.
Well, look, I mean, my
It's
man's
mind-boggling.
my
It
man's
is.
my man's saying that if you're over 65, then go and get the high dose. That's gonna get you in there.
And here's
We
The
want
high
you
why.
dose
dead.
will get you where you
We
need to
want you
be.
dead is what he said.
Here's why. They don't want you to collect Social Security, right? Because they want you to be dead. And so, of course, if you're 65 and older, the sooner you're gone, the better for the state. You're no longer productive economically. Your assets will turn over to your relatives. We'll get to tax them. You're just a drain. We would love to. You're going to start to cost us a lot of money with healthcare, medical, all that stuff. If you're not already, we just assume you be gone. And those vaccines were most definitely part of culling the herd, especially 65 and older who take 4 shots of it.
Is that literally
Japanese
like,
study. What did Japanese studies say? You take those shots, you are closer to death.
is that literally the age of like when you get Social Security or retirement or whatever is 65? And it also happens to be the age that they say in there every time 65 and older, 65 and older.
Depends. When you get your money depends on whether or not you defer. You can defer out a couple of years and then you get a bigger chunk. But if you need it sooner, you take what you get, and it's lower. I think at 65, but I think you can defer out to 70, and then it kicks in, and it's more. I'm not an expert on that though, but I think it works something like that.
That's pretty telling that they choose the same exact age. Like there's no medical reason you would just choose 65
No, why
as
not
the
60?
cutoff for like old. Yeah, why not 64?
Why not 72? Why not
Exactly.
54? I mean, 65 is more like more of that 6 feet social distancing. Like, where'd you get that
Yeah.
number? Yeah, we just
We just
fucking
made it
made
up.
it.
So where's like life expectancy at these days? Is it declining?
Well,
No, for women, it's in the 80s. It's like it's almost 80 for women. Men still like 72 or something like that.
in the
Assholes.
US, I think the average median death age was 79, but if you had COVID, it was 80.
What?
Just
Well, there
the
you
way it
go.
worked.
Weird.
That's the way the numbers shook out. You actually lived a year longer.
If you had COVID,
You had COVID.
I don't get it.
So there was no.
No,
there
but-
was no that's just what the numbers.
The
said.
deal is that the women live long
I hate that.
That's just
I'm
it.
mad at you guys.
per capita. Per capita,
fair.
women live longer. And somebody was trying to say, they were like, oh, the men don't have as good of lives later on, and they die before. I said, well, yeah, men have always died before women, but there's a myriad of reasons for that, though. I mean,
You're just sick of listening to our shit. You're like, God, please.
I want to go fishing.
well, men back in the
I
day
wanna
had to go
fish.
to war, so a 14-year-old boy was getting a bow and arrow through his eyeball. You know what I'm saying? At 14, nigga, go protect the village. File. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when they came and conquered, they didn't just kill all the women. Now they didn't do great things to them, but a lot of them
They
got to hang
lived.
around
That's true.
afterwards. They just got fucked. You know, I mean, some against their will for a period of time until they were like,
For the
well, I
rest
guess this
of
is
their life.
the new normal. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I would say, I know that sounded bad, but it's the
That's
truth.
the truth.
They
It
usually
is.
don't just get rid of the
History
women
was
because
brutal, man. History
yeah,
was
because at the end of the day, men still want to fuck the women. Like it's just it. That's all there is
some of
to it.
them. Some of
So-
them they
Yeah.
didn't want to conquer, or some of them they thought
Even
were
if that one-
basic.
They did. They
I don't know
they
if there
did. They
were.
even do that.
I don't
They
even think
even
there
do
were
well.
fat people.
Yeah, they only the rich people were fat.
It was
I
fat,
think that's how
yeah.
you determine whether you were wealthy or not.
Yeah.
If you were fat.
I think that was longer ago than that recently.
I just saw this very convincing argument. I think it was by Black Pigeon Speaks on YouTube about how women are essentially destroying the entire world because they refuse to stop being promiscuous. And it was actually like really like he's had all this data and shit. And you're like, oh my God, it seems to be true that empires fall when women become promiscuous and stop having like one partner, marriage and like monogamy and all of that falls by the wayside. So too does society, and there goes all of civilization. Like, my God, it might be true.
Well, I mean,
if you
I
look
don't know.
out at the world right now, like it's pretty much just hoes.
No. They just said that they're done with men.
They're just free.
They ain't done fucking men, but they're just done with relationships with men because of they might have to make dinner one night, and maybe when they put their clothes in the wash machine, they put their man's clothes in there too. And so that just the one girl said it's like, oh, they get free labor and they get a sex worker. I was like, I don't know if we get a sex worker when you're in a relationship, because a sex worker, you pay them, you fuck them, and then they, hey, get out of here now. I mean,
They'll do what you want, basically.
Also,
Yeah,
they go fuck other
yeah.
people and get paid for it.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
what I'm saying.
That's
That's-
something very much different, hopefully, than the
Yeah, so-
relationship over there.
Yeah, but that's what you hear from women, and like the 4B movement, like we were saying. I mean, that started in South Korea, and so they ain't fucking no men, and like so the women are just like, I hear this, and it's perpetuated that it's like, oh, if we never get another relationship with a man, then good. I'm just like, but the world's gonna cease to exist.
Yeah.
Like there
And
won't
what's
be
your
no humanity
stupid
left.
life for, too? Like, what is your stupid fucking life for? What did you come here for to do? To sit around and not ever do anything productive and just fuck everybody and have like a job? That's your fucking purpose of living? Like, what the fuck?
Some aspiring young chap with a ton of testosterone is gonna board an airplane and go to South Korea and fuck his brains out on a generational run. You know what I mean? Because it's just open season.
It's like
Yeah,
those
that's what I'm
games
saying.
where
He's
you
gonna
So
go
it's
to
just
spring
like,
break and never come home.
select
hey, look,
weekends.
all I know, it just take one of them down there. It's like they just got to get hit by the right one. That's all there is to it. And I always hear this, all that, and it's for some reason it's like a whole bunch of old bitter broads. I'm like, y'all ain't even reproducing no more. So shut the fuck up with what you're looking for in life, okay? All right, that's just all. I mean, when you start getting 50, 60-year-old and you talk about, oh, well, my standards, shut the hell up. At that point in time, that's when you're supposed to be passing the pussy out. It really don't matter. All right. I mean, you'd be passing it out early. I mean, when it get late, what we talking about? It's, oh, I don't fuck on the first date. Ma'am, you're 55, okay? You better get dick while you can, okay? Because that thing gonna shut down shortly. All right, that's just all there is to it.
Not in
But
certain,
I mean,
there's certain old folk communities in Florida where there's a lot of swinging going on, and there's a lot of like gonorrhea going on too, from what I've heard.
but yeah, but that's why, because they ain't worried about no rubber, and I don't blame them on that. Okay,
No,
I'm not worried about
they're
one either.
living out
Okay.
their 1960s flashbacks.
So
Yeah.
my dad's after my dad died, his best friend came and visited me in Denver, and he was living in like a 55 and up place, or maybe even older than that. But he basically said, when you get into one of these communities, all the women just want to fuck. He's like, that's real. And he was like
Yeah.
70 something.
I heard it's like a like basically being on a cruise all the time. Like all you're doing is just like hanging out, having fun, like fucking, like eating, and like going to events, and then that's it. It's your whole life.
I want to sign up.
Well, I
Yes.
sold houses in a place that was a 55 and older community that had the coolest clubhouse. It was like so badass. Like they had a real setup there.
See, and
You
I
could
don't.
play
That's not
card
why I want to live in a
games and-
55 and over community. I want to live there because usually they're so cheap. I mean, every time I find something cheap on Zillow, it's like 55 and over, and I'm like,
Right.
dude, what? So apparently in a couple years, 11 years, I'll be there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I
I'm
just
Are you
don't.
there, Charlie?
2
2 years.
away.
You
Man,
got it. You get the cheap
he's on
housing.
it. He's on
Cheap housing
on
in
the cusp.
chlamydia.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out like where all this bitterness come from. So we've got the assumption, and I've seen this from a lot of women talk because they're like, oh well, I make my own money now, so I don't need a man. I'm just like, yeah, you've got that assumption that you don't need men just because there ain't some shit going down where a nigga's just gonna bust in your house and pull you out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't going down. You know, like it used to be. Like if you got left at the house, there'd be folks over at your house trying to pull you out of it. Like, so when times are easy, it's like, oh yeah, I don't need them no more. But I'm like, through all your bitterness, are you gonna really, live out your life like this and potential miss out on a connection with somebody that would be good for you just because you got to be bitter and got to show everybody, oh, I can do this shit by myself? It's dumb. I mean, like, doing it by yourself is fucking stupid. Okay, the shit's too tough right now to be worried about trying to do some shit by yourself. I'm gonna show people. I don't give a fuck about all that. It's too tough right now. It's like when I hear there's people talking about oh yeah, the kid went back to live with their parents. I was like, you know how tough shit is out here right now? If you just graduated from college and you look in a job and you look up there and fucking the top companies are all laying off 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people, and you're like, and you looking to get a gig, it's like, Bo, you might have to go back with your folks. You might have to room up with some people. And it ain't nothing to be ashamed about. It's just called survival. That's it.
That's how
I'm
the
just
rest of the
doing what I
world
have to do.
has done it forever. I mean, like all of Europe, essentially, you live
Yeah.
with your parents until you're like 25 or 30.
Right,
And
exactly.
that's normal. No one's making fun of it or like thinking you're a deadbeat or like anything. They're just like, yeah, of course you are. And it's only here where we're like 18, get the fuck out. Which maybe economically did make sense for a while, but apparently not right now.
Well, back when you could just leave the house and just walk right down the road and work at the steel mill or the chicken plant or fucking damn dig a ditch, and you have that and you have your pension, Bo. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just walk out, and not know shit, and be like, "Hey, man, we need you. We need some help. You want to
Yeah.
come work? Yeah, all right. We'll come pick up a shovel. It'd be that day. Like, oh, well, let's fill out the paperwork and let me get you got your driver's license. No, Bo, you could go work today. It's like, you ready? It's like, well, I wasn't expecting to work today. Well, I need you today, dog. I need you here. We got a spot for you, man. I mean, let's go. I mean, you can get it right on the spot. It ain't like that no more. We're not in that industrial stage where you could just go get a job. It's like, man, I don't
jump
need school.
around
I just go get a
jobs.
job.
I would like if anybody just like looked at me wrong, I would quit and go get a different job. Like I would just like didn't take shit from anybody because I didn't have to, because that's how good our economy apparently was, that I could just find another job. Nobody gave a shit where I was coming from or where I was going to. There was another job over and over and over again my whole life.
I had like
And
25
still-
jobs.
Yeah, if I had listed like the number of jobs I've had, it's retarded actually. Until like 2008 when I was a fresh teacher, and then they had just
Yeah,
laid
and
off
you would
like,
just
all the teachers.
yeah, you would just go get it too, right, Lindsay? You just walk up and say, "Hey, I'm looking at a job." So, okay, cool.
They're like, oh, right, word.
Just like,
Here's your job.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and it was
Yeah.
always enough to pay whatever rent, food. you know.
Between like 98 and like 2005, I worked at malls, and I probably had like 6 different jobs. You get to know people, and as soon as an opportunity comes open, you're like, "Hey, let me get that job," and they're like, "Okay." It was that simple.
Yeah,
Now, even to go to work at the supermarket, you got to go online and fill out their application and hope someone calls you, and it's very
pass
different.
tests and know 10 people.
Yeah, and you
I
better
haven't-
know somebody that works at that supermarket.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the
Like you
the
better know
key is
somebody.
knowing somebody. I don't remember. I think like the last time I like applied for a job in when I was working in real estate, when I applied for, I don't, it was always like the the dude, the job I had. By the way, a cheat code for people. I'll give them answers to a test. If you want to make a lot of money in real estate, go get a real estate license and go get a job in new home sales with a big builder. You will be shocked at how much money you make. You will have a 5-day-a-week job, 8 hours, maybe 10 hours a day, and you will make a shitload of money. And it is surprisingly stressful, but if you're interested in real estate and you don't know where to start there. As somebody who's done it for years and years, and I came out of this like my last I'd started a company and I was leaving that and I moved to Vegas and I was doing something else. But so I never had, you know, I thought I could do the job, but I wasn't sure. If you can do the job, meaning if you can talk to people like a regular human being and not spaz out or be super autistic and be weird, you can just talk to people normally, you will make a lot of money and have a very cushy life if you want to do that.
I bought a house from a builder directly, and like it was like they couldn't wait to give the house away. The process was so quick. I was shocked, and I only put $800 down. Like they just were like, okay, whatever you want to do, and they just took it. And like the next month, my bill was from Chase.
Yeah.
So because they don't give a fuck, they'll just get anybody in there, and then they'll just sell it to another bank. So it's a win-win for them.
I can just sell it off. Yeah, so I mean, the job market for most people is yes. I mean, it's just all there is to it. I mean,
But
it's
you gotta know
bad.
someone. I guess my point
Yeah.
is that like in that job after that, I never like went online to find out if there was a job at another competitor. The competitors would find us.
Mm-hmm.
They see who's selling.
Yep.
They know what was going on. Next thing you know, like the sales manager for some competing companies is like, hey man, you want to go to lunch? You're like, I don't know. Do I? They're like, maybe.
That's I mean, that's a little weird. That's like some damn with some Goodfellas shit.
My old boss from one place he went to another place and took 4 of us with him. We all 4 of us started at the same time, and everyone in the office was like, what's going on? It's like, well, why are you all here at the same time? It's like, well, because your sales manager's 1-year lockup period expired yesterday. That's why the 4 of us showed up today. And they're like, oh, like he brought in all of us we had worked with him before. He brought 4 of us in, and he just said, I'm going to put you in primo neighborhoods and you just fucking go for it. And we just killed it. So you've got to know people. You know, you got to be good with your boss. Your boss gets promoted, takes you with them. Your boss goes to another company, takes you with them. I did that. I left a company and went with my boss to a high rise.
That's what I try to tell people about, Charlie.
She's like, she said to me, what will it take to get you?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like
$10 million.
Like the people that's like working from home and they won't like buddy with their bosses or none of that. They ain't go to a baseball game or a birthday party. I said, nigga, you the first one on the chopping block. But you got to be there.
Dude, I went out playing craps with my boss till 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't see anything, if you know what I mean. So
exactly.
You know.
That's what you got to do,
that's
man.
Why I got that's why I got the Christmas bonus. And at this high rise, I got the Christmas bonus, and he goes, I only gave out 2. The owner of the company goes, I only gave out 2. You and the other guy, Matt. I go, why? Because we're guys. He goes, yeah, pretty much. These other broads, they annoy me. It's like, thank you. Give me a check.
Hey, there you go. I mean,
someone's like, why'd you get a bonus? I'm like, I think just because he likes me. I think because I partied with him. I said, I think because I took him out and we fucking stayed out like till 5 a.m. playing. I said, yeah, I think because I took him out and he lost $175,000 playing craps early on, but then we built it back up towards the end of the night and he was good. I was like, holy shit. You know?
Well, there's been a debate online right here recently where there's two different salaries. So you got $120,000 to work remotely, and then or you get paid $240,000 and you go to the office. And there's people that's like, working remote is really going to be better for my mental health. I'm like, but that's $120,000 difference, though.
It is not better for your mental health. Trust me.
Depends on where you have to work.
I mean, I guess, but
Working from
Yeah.
home
Just
just
talking
talking
about
about a
120
goddamn wall. You got to force yourself to leave the house sometimes.
I mean, depends on,
I had to set an
but
external
it's
schedule.
120K
just-
more.
Like
I
Mhm.
understand that. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Oh, okay.
that's what
I
I'm saying. If it was like, if someone was like, no, if someone was like, you got to, I don't know, you got to move to New York City. Prime example, super expensive, 50% taxes. Fuck, I just lost half of it anyway, and I got to live there. No, thank you. I'll take 120 and stay where I am versus going to New York City, getting paid 240, losing half that to taxes anyway, and having to deal with homeless people having mental breakdowns in the middle of the street. So stay at home
Or just like
and
standing
hide.
there with their pants down, like shitting somehow.
Right.
Like, how are you even doing that?
While
Standing
I'm
there
trying to
shitting.
have a $17 bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Corey, you said you had to make yourself an external schedule.
Oh, I was just talking about like when you work from home, you gotta get the fuck out the house or else you'll go crazy.
Yes. Yes.
So, like on Fridays, I go to this little cafe with this cute waitress, and I eat there every Friday morning, just so I can have a fucking something that keeps me on a feeling like Tuesday isn't Saturday.
Yeah.
For real.
I go to the gym. We've got one not too far in our community, and it's easy. I can walk there, can drive there when it's cold. But
I had to when I first started working from home, I had to build in my days off. Like I forgot that I should have days off. And so people would just book and it would just fill up my schedule. And all of a sudden it'd be like 4 months since I've had a day without work. I was like, oh shit. So I had to think about that. The things you don't think about until they're too late.
that's a really interesting thing, though. I mean, it's a good problem to have.
It is
What
a
about
good
when you
problem.
got shit to do and you just don't want to fucking do it, and so you just
You
sit
got to
there
build
and
in a
play video
firewall
games?
for yourself too, to
That's the issue.
Turn it off.
That's the
walk
issue.
away.
'Cause so I go
Let it
to the gym I go to is at a college campus, the one I graduated from, and so this is winter break, so they're closed for the next 2 weeks.
Mm.
Well, yesterday, like when it hits 1 o'clock, like I'm out there at the gym basketball. I'm like there from like 1 to 5. I mean, but it won't open. So I was just like, and my girlfriend was off working, and I was like, all right, I need to get out. I mean, I just need to. I mean, I just got out, and went to Kohl's, and went to Dick's Sporting Goods. I got to.
They've got
I said,
good
I'm supposed to
stuff
be
out
doing
here,
something right now.
Corey, for or Lindsay too. I mean, when I lived in Castle Rock, like the athletic centers that they have, like the Castle Rock Athletic Center is out of fucking control. Like indoor soccer, outdoor rock climbing, indoor rock climbing, like a million things, pools, big pools, little pools, all kinds of shit. Like they do it up in Colorado. And there's one of those big ass facilities in every one of these cities too. And then like big hockey facilities. I mean, there's a lot of like outdoorsy shit going on out here, of which I do zero. I mean,
So we're fortunate. We're right by the foothills here, and
so
so
waste.
we've been taking the dogs out to like the base of the foothills where the old stadium used to be. They knocked the stadium down here in Fort Collins and moved it to the campus, and so now it's just a big open field basically. But it's right at the foothills, and so we get out there a couple times a week, which is kind of close to nature. You can see nature from a distance. But yeah, this year we didn't get out for shit. Normally we get out and we go camping, we do all kinds of stuff, but we didn't go do nothing this year.
I should join an indoor soccer league. If I blow my ACL out, though, it'll come back to this conversation right now.
I was about to say it's a lot
indoor
of
soccer
running.
league would be fun.
The older I get, the less I want to do shit that's gonna make me get injured. Like definitely don't want to be doing no squats or nothing. I'll blow out a fucking knee.
Well, see, that's
played in
why
a
shooting is
fun-
nice. You just go shooting, you just stand there. Your
I
arms.
played in a fun softball league when I lived in Vegas and sold at this mid-rise condo. I played with all the people at my work and a bunch of other people. We just had a really good, fun work group, and we wanted to hang out with each other after work, and we would go play softball, and then we would go drink beers and shit. So,
Dude, I can't imagine wanting to hang out with anyone I've ever worked with, almost ever.
I had some good ones.
I've had like zero good ones.
I had
no
some-
offense to anyone out there if we were actually friends, but there was few and far between.
Damn, Lindsay. I mean, it's going.
Dude,
All y'all I work with suck ass.
I was a teacher. I worked with fucking retards. Like that's almost all there is. Pedophiles and
they
retards.
want a couple. They want a couple cool teachers.
No,
they want a couple cool teachers.
They're all psychotic freaks. There's like the type A, like overachieving, like I'm going to be teacher of the year and I'm perfect and everything about me is perfect, which I think people thought I was. Or there's like the pedophiles and the fucking actual retards who are just like, I don't even know how they became teachers. They're like ridiculously stupid people. And then I just happened to work in all these really like essentially remote, rural, or otherwise insular places. So I was always the outsider coming in. So like I got treated like a piece of shit almost constantly. Whether it was in like the Bahraini, like the princes and fucking princesses land of teaching, or like out in the sticks in the United States. Like it's the same energy. They're like, you don't belong here. You're not one of us. So yeah, everyone's assholes. It was depressing.
I had such a
I love my students though. They fill up your time, so like that was good. It didn't actually matter that everyone else was dumb.
I went on a pretty good run. Worked for a couple companies in a row that the people were just off the chart smart, really well run companies. Stuff that I would see and I would just go like, oh my god, like I fucked up by leaving the first company I worked for, which was Pulte Del Webb. They're so well run.
See, because you probably thought like this is what most places are going to be like, and then you found that almost nowhere is. Everywhere is retarded.
I left with one of my managers who had come through the system and was brilliant, and I followed her. She said, "You want to do this?" And I said, "Yeah." So I went with her. It wasn't so much a vote against them as much as it was a vote for my manager, who I was loyal to, who was going on this thing. And she's like, I said, "How much?" And she said, $2 million over 3 years. And I said, "What's the base salary?" She goes, "What do you want?" I said, $85,000. They said, "Fine." And I was like, fuck, okay.
I should have asked for more.
Never got the $2 million. Building never got built.
Lame.
Got the 85,000, but that was a fucking 60% pay cut.
Oh.
So then it's like, I got to get out of here. So then you have to like know people and do all that. So if you want to like, you know, if you want to sit home and do nothing, you can sit home and do nothing. If you want to go out there and hustle, you can go out there and hustle. I was really motivated to do that. But I'm not into that as much anymore.
Johnny?
But if someone is out there and they're looking and they want to get into real estate, but they don't know how, trust me. Don't take any of the other new home jobs. Don't go into accounting or service or construction or any of that bullshit. Only sales. And if you don't have experience, it's not the end of the world. They'll teach you. In fact, some of them want you to not have experience. They just want you to be a decent human being and easy to communicate and remember shit. And if you can do that, you'll fucking kill it. But
Johnny also had a job, which he also left to go into self-employment, but it was also like all the people he worked with were amazing. The boss was amazing. They had awesome perks and like all of this. Like it was awesome. And I was like, I don't get how everyone else seems to find these people in these places. Like I've never found one. It's my karma.
I had that again at the mid-rise condo place I was at in like 2010, 2011. And the team that hired me had been in Vancouver on a project together, and they came as a big team. And I knew one of the guys from that team, and they're like, we need to hire salespeople. Who should we bring in? And that guy reached out to me and he was like, hey, by the way, I'm leaving, like I can't stay long. I'm going to be doing something else. I'm going elsewhere. Would you want to replace me? So like, I didn't apply for a job. The job found me. The guy reached out to me and said, hey, do you want my job? That's how it actually works once you're in. Once you get in, you're like a tick, you just burrow in and then make sure you meet all the people that you can with like other companies. Or like when somebody from your company leaves and goes somewhere else, hey man, here's my cell phone number, like stay in touch and like be like a good team player. And you do that shit and you can, if you want to, but then again, I talked to my friend who works in Hollywood in a big like corporate job, and it's a nightmare, man. All I hear about in his line of work is like, this guy's trying to take my job and this guy's trying to sabotage me or take credit for a project I'm working on. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like
that was like the type of shit I dealt with. I'm like, you guys, it's not that serious. It's fucking teaching. Like, calm down. They were like literally sabotaging me and like stealing shit from me and like, oh god, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you find yourself in a situation like a work situation like that, you need to leave.
Talk about
you need
toxic.
to recognize the signs that this is not going to end well, and like be honest with yourself.
So here's I'm a spectacular teacher, by the way. So this university found me and they were like, hey, we want to use you in your classroom to do this project. We want to take impoverished kids and we want to go do this John Steinbeck thing, because nearby to our school was a ship that Steinbeck had been on. It had crashed and sunk, and they were bringing it back up to the surface and they were rehabilitating it and they were going to turn it into a fucking floating museum or something. And we want your kids to be involved in that. And I was like, awesome. This is like the best possible thing for impoverished rural kids to have, is access to this thing that's outside of their community. They get to be empowered to do things that like, feels real and meaningful. And like, you get all these skills and all of this efficacy and whatever. I was like, awesome. So we were working on how can we do this, and working with this team of like university and we're like putting together, okay, on these days, it could be like this, it could be like this. I put the proposal into my principal. She's like, oh, well, I don't think you understand our students, and our students could never possibly even begin to go to a boat. Like, I'm like, are you what? Like, what are you talking about? Then, so she acted like it was so crazy that I even thought that this could be cool. So I had to tell those people, like, I'm so sorry, my principal's apparently retarded and won't let our students have this opportunity. What a sad fucking day for our students. And, I'm sure you guys will find some other school where people aren't retarded. Good luck. How sad. Then really what she had done is like find she broke into my email. She found the contact. She started communicating with them herself, and then gave the project to this woman who wasn't even a real teacher, but had been brought in because we didn't have enough people to fill the roles. And so she got like a fake teaching certificate or whatever. Like, so she's like a 20-year-old idiot who doesn't know anything, gave the project to her. But because she's an idiot and doesn't know anything, it fell apart. So like in front of my face, I had to watch them like steal it and give it to that lady. When we went as a group to like meet these university people, they were like, oh, you're Lindsey. Oh, we want to talk to you. And they were like, oh, you can't talk to her. And like pushed me away and like had them talk to the dumb lady. And you could tell they were like upset because they were like, no, we want to talk to like the lady we chose because she's who we wanted. And no, they weren't allowed to. And so the whole thing fell to shambles because fucking idiots were like jealous of like a project that was extra work without pay for me. And then they ruined it anyway. So this is how stupid people are. So yeah. Backstabbing, fucking
Cube,
jealousy,
you
like the children. They're like children in adult bodies.
Cube, did anybody ever try to poach you from your job? Anybody come in and say, "Damn, man, I like the way you handle that shit. You want to come work for me? I do blah blah blah." Somewhere down the street. Do you
No,
ever get no?
no. I let people know right offhand that there's zero possibility to poach me.
You
Did
like
you?
your
Absolutely zero.
situation?
Not well, I'm the assistant manager. My best friend's the manager. We made a pact that when we started this back in 2010, this is if one of us moved, it's because the other one was moving.
All
Which
right,
is
that's
also
cool.
probably why you probably don't get any shit like that. There's no one who can fucking backstab you or like try to sabotage you.
Yeah. So we kind of just like we kind of built it from the floor up because it was in a rough spot. We both got there. So
Yeah, you got a
so
good
yeah.
thing
So
going, man. That's good. That's a
yeah,
great
yeah,
situation.
yeah. And not only that, I talk to the owners every single day. Like the owners are there. Like
Yeah.
it's family oriented. Like I literally talk to them every day. Football, basketball. The guy's sons work there. I think they've got how many they got? I think it's seven people that's part of the family that works there at the dealership.
That's
If
pretty
I'm
cool.
correct. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like poaching me. Nah, and then plus they couldn't pay me enough. I'm just got to be honest. Like I do okay, so I'm like, I know you're not gonna pay me more than what I'm getting paid here. So like, it's not feasible at all. So, but if something were to happen to the company, I've got people that I know that I could get on with immediately. Like there's other companies outside, and it wouldn't even have anything to do with cars either. That bring their cars into the dealership. So,
They just
you know,
like
I
you.
guess that's one of those things. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what that is.
Well, people recognize fucking skill. People recognize like when someone's just a normal fucking person who's intelligent and capable. Because honestly, that's in
Yeah,
like low supply. I'm not saying you're not like amazing too. I'm just saying like, oh, okay, we've got something here, right? Like this is not everywhere. This is not everyone.
right.
I
And you
just
know,
think
when
people
people
recognize
come in
that.
there, like we've been like staples to the dealership. So like the past 15 years, 16 years now, it's been, you know, me and my buddy. Like no matter what else has been happening there, they know us two are going to be there. So they're like, I can go to one of them because they've been there. They know who I am. I've talked to them multiple times. You know, so I don't know that kind of puts customers more at ease when they see the same people and they understand who they're dealing with.
For
So,
sure.
because most of the time within the industry that I'm in, there's severe turnover, crazy turnover. So, I think they say that most of the time it's a 2 to 3 year window.
Wow.
Is about all
Worse than
somebody can
teaching.
take before they have to go somewhere else because it just falls apart there for whatever reason. And a lot of it's got to do with poor ownership and just poor pay for what like the bullshit you have to deal with. So, I mean, if you don't pay the people well to do what I'm having to do any type of service advisor stuff, the people are not going to stay because you are getting some cat shit talked to you, and it's bad. You know what I'm saying? And you got to hold back. You just got to be like from just blasting on somebody, like that's daily
I wouldn't
because
be able to
people
do
just
that.
when they come in unhinged, and everybody always tells you about how much they paid for something. As if that doesn't have any bearing on what we got going on right now. Because I've got 400 or 500 people this week that also paid for vehicles that are looking to get shit done. So just because you paid 80K doesn't mean that the 30K that my man paid is not justified. Because that 30K might have been a whole lot to him.
Yeah.
The 15K was a lot to this other person. It's because you spent 80 that don't make you any better than anybody else out here.
I'm
But
way
that's
better
what
than
people
everybody.
believe.
How dare you?
They've got that belief in their head. They believe, oh, I paid this much, so I should get something instantaneously. And I'm just like, well, no. I mean, there's processes to this. There's people that's got expectations of what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna get their car ready. People have waited for 2 weeks to get in here patiently, not been up in my ass, and then I'm like, so, like all that stuff has to factor in, and like the customer doesn't have to factor that in, but I do. And I just let them know, like, hey, look, I get what you're saying, but I got to do my job too. And my job's to tell you that I ain't gonna be able to do it today.
Oh.
It's just the way it is. It's just not gonna
My-
happen today.
I'd be starving.
The problem
on
I
the
had
street.
this week with my mechanic was not that he couldn't do it today. It was that how much it was going to cost for all the shit that he was going to need to do today.
Oh yeah, it's
Because
probably
my power
those
steering,
bills are a lot.
my power steering pump went out. Died on me. Had to have my car towed, get that fixed, had to get my brakes fixed.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
thing
okay.
fl-
So
I
we
mean,
talk about
flush.
what about $2,000?
Had to get 3.
So why do cars
$3,000?
fall
I've seen
apart?
$2,000 to $3,000.
Didn't how was the
Huh?
Model T? Was the Model T that shit needed repair all the time? I mean,
Yes.
I don't know.
were cars
No,
back
they,
in the
like-
day much better?
I
They had
think
to
were
fix
better.
it
No, they were
themselves,
pieces
like
of
in the
shit.
street. Like they had like fucking constantly. You
Yeah.
can read like old shit.
Everything-
And they're always like fixing axles and tires and fucking shit.
Yeah, the only thing that was good that lasted a long time was like appliances, and they put an end to that.
Appliances, yeah. You get some fridges still going from the
Yeah.
50s.
I love them. I want them back.
Yeah,
I hate everyone who
my
stopped.
mom-
Badass.
Yeah, my mom still got a Kenmore microwave from like 1982
Dude, those
that I
things are
use every time I
crazy.
go back home. But it's like, and nothing wrong. Ain't rusted out or nothing. So, yeah. Before we get out here because it's getting close to the end. I know y'all had to have seen this. They dropped some Epstein files. Okay, some photos, and all of it was redacted. Like, I got everybody blacked out. They even blacked out Ghislaine Maxwell's pussy, which I mean I appreciate that. I guess when she was getting out of the car, they had that. So they showed that. Oh yeah, we're gonna redact her pussy that was hanging out. So yeah, we got some movement here. Are people happy? They got some movement. Now I know they got folks blacked out, but they said this is to protect the identity of folk. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want
I
people
never
to,
gave a shit about the Epstein files because I was never under the delusion they were going to tell us anything meaningful. But I get that people cared, and I think those people should be happy. You got what you asked for, technically.
Yeah, in some
Well, they broke the
backward
law.
way.
Like it was all supposed to be released on 30 days with no redactions except for victims, and they totally botched all that stuff, which broke the law technically.
I don't know. Did they ever not? Have they ever released anything that didn't have redaction? I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, like, what
They
did we
release
expect?
shit by accident because the dumb fuck in charge of releasing shit doesn't understand the context of what's in the document. That's all over the old Kennedy documents. All the Kennedy documents that actually mean something that are good,
Or
like
accidental.
or there are things in them that the person reading, I promise you, had no concept of what he was reading. Right? Like
Yeah.
vehicle descriptions and just weird things like that that are important, that matter to the case, but the fucking guy releasing the documents is like, I don't know, whatever, right? Like he would never, ever in a million years understand the context of what's in some of the
That
documents.
makes sense. But
you
see,
know?
I wondered if you did the same thing, like if you combed through the Epstein files with the same level of attention to detail, if you would find the same source, like the story actually does emerge. They can't actually redact it away. Who knows?
Well, I said this before. The study of history is the study of relationships. Period. Who's friends with who tells the tale more than sometimes the details of whatever it is you're looking into. So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean, so
like I tell people, you're not going to
that's-
go rob a bank with a fucking total stranger, right? You're robbing
Right.
a bank with people in an inner circle, if not directly to you through one of the other people you're directly connected to, right? So there's always these intimate bonds between people, and that's to me is the bigger story. So
Oh yeah, and that's why I think we knew everything we needed to know way before the mainstream even started talking about Epstein. But also, it's cool for the people who expected something different to see that, like, this is how it's going to be for the whole
Yeah.
time that this government's in power, which is probably going to be the whole of your life, right? Like, break
Yeah,
through
and-
the
and
illusion
that-
now, get rid of the delusions, like, it's good for
well,
you.
some of the thing I think is funny is that, like, it's kind of yesterday it kind of quote unquote broke that, like, Epstein's connection to Iran-Contra through Stanley Pottinger, right? Mike Benz has been talking about this a lot, but this is all stuff that, like, the Epstein people have known for a long time.
Johnny Vedmore's done outstanding work on that, Corey.
Yeah.
Corey and I, you were Cory and I were the first two guests on Johnny's Newspace game show, which was fun, and I think we're supposed to come back and do it. But he's done great work on Stanley Pottinger, and who lived right like on the other side of the harbor from Epstein in Palm Beach, like was right down the street from him.
And it's funny how all these people are connected to Kennedy too. Like Pottinger was dating Gloria Steinem, who started Ms. Magazine with a woman named Elizabeth Forsling Harris. And Elizabeth Forsling Harris injected herself into the Kennedy story, attempting to give Jack Valenti an alibi for
Gloria Steinem was CIA.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like, it's funny because when you look at who's CIA and who their friends are, you're like, oh, CIA people don't have non-CIA friends. It just doesn't work that way.
Exactly. And there's no such thing as ex-CIA, in my opinion.
Unless they have something out for you, unless they don't like you for some reason, like a John Kiriakou type, somebody forced out, then I could say, yeah, he's probably former.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than
force
that,
you out,
if you're useful to them, you're useful forever.
Right. Job security.
Well, look, we can honestly say that the Jeffrey Epstein shit has nothing to do with child trafficking. That's why the files aren't released. Because it has zero to do with that. It has zero to do with that. I'm just kind of being. I mean, this. Yeah, that's just that's just some shit that happened, but that ain't the shit that we don't need people to get out. You know what I'm saying? It's just some old normal shit. Hell, matter of fact, their parents are bringing them down there to them. I mean, that's some shit that you probably end up figuring out on the back end. Somewhere down there willing, some of them, their parents brought them down there to them. But that intelligent shit is the shit that we don't need y'all to know anything about, okay? Because, appreciate it. Stop asking, okay? And that's why they got Dan Bongino's ass in there. And now he's quitting, like bitch nigga.
Well, the government has had for a long
is
time. They've had relationships that were like ultimately ended up being like the person they were in a relationship with ended up getting to overlook some of their shit. Like Arnold Rothstein and the government. The relationship between them back in the 1920s is what started the government involvement in the drug trade, because he was getting opium from Chiang Kai-shek in China. And the government needed to be connected to people in China. So Arnold Rothstein connected the government to people in China, and they just kind of looked the other way when it came to his drug dealing, right? And so that's the kind of relation we do that very often. And so the child trafficking, while engaged upon by politicians, was probably one of those look away kind of things, not primary, because the CIA don't care about child trafficking, and the CIA don't care about drugs, and they don't care about a lot of things, and they'll facilitate those things to get what they do care about.
That makes sense.
And that's it. That's how you get down. Appreciate everybody for being with us on this episode of Day Zero. We're going to go ahead and go around the round table. Lindsey, let them know some things. The solstice, are you doing solstice tonight?
Yeah, I have a big solstice event in about an hour and a half from right now. So there's still time for people to sign up if you want to. Go to roguesoul.org and click on schedule a session. It'll be one of the first things you see. Also, the 2026 tarot readings are still going to be available for probably another few weeks at least. So if you want to get that, you have just a little bit of time to grab yourself a 2026 reading. All my books, all my other things are there on the site. You can catch the show at Rogue Soul on Rumble and other places. Yay. Happy solstice.
Yeah, happy solstice. Merry Christmas as well.
And Merry Christmas.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, damn.
And I don't give a shit if you don't celebrate it. You can still hear Merry Christmas from me because I do.
Man, it was pointed out. I saw this week like all the fucking Christmas songs were written by Jews, and there's no mention of Jesus in any of them, and that was the point.
Jesus is in a ton of them. Oh Holy Night.
He
one
is
of the best ones.
Hey, I mean, hey, that's a good one. We'll take the Holy Night. Charlie, let it ride. What we got?
I've got an interview with Sarah Andrew that is out today called The Great Parasite Apocalypse. She did the parasite cleanse from Chemical Free Body and described her experience, and it was graphic. And I'm on day 22 of it.
Are you like shitting weird stuff or something?
I got sick on day 18. That was the one day that I actually felt bad.
Did you puke
which
up a
is
bunch
what
of
you
worms?
want, right? You want. I didn't get any worms. I didn't get any worms. I was promised worms, but
None.
no
So
worms.
I've been
But I
taking
got-
I've been taking fenbendazole for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
I think is the same thing or what?
No, it's a different
protocol.
protocol.
It should
but
have similar
yeah, but
effect.
yeah, I've done that before as well. So anyway, you can listen to that episode, and Sarah will. Some results may vary, man. My experience has not been what hers was.
Did
Hers
she
was
shit
like
worms?
almost immediately, and like it. She said it was just like she. But you got to think about that, like in the aftermath of something like that, like how fucking good do you probably feel? Like, God damn, I got all that stuff out of my body. But
Yeah.
like Tim James said, only like 1 in 10 that really have her experience of that. I was like, okay, because I thought that's what I was gonna have, and I haven't had that anyway. So
I would guess that only 1 in 10 have your experience too of like nothing. I think it's
I wouldn't
pretty
say
rare.
nothing. I had a headache. I've had headache. I've had like a mild headache throughout, probably because I'm dehydrated, which you are. My mouth is super dry, has been all month, and I've got like a headache. But that one day I felt pretty shitty. Thursday.
But I mean,
Shitty.
like, not noticing any visible parasites leaving your body is, I think, rare on a deep parasite cleanse.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I mean, there's still a couple days left, so maybe that's coming. I don't know.
Fair, yeah, true.
So yeah, there's that. So check that out. Also, in Acapulco, February 15th through the 20th. Jeff Berwick, Curtis Stone, Gareth Ike, David Ike, Max Egan, Dr. Andrew Kaufman, Christian Yordanev, Tim James, Patrick Henningsen, Greg Reese, Steve Falconer, president of Lieberland, Vit Jedlanka. He's cool. A couple more that I don't think I'm supposed to talk about, but they're coming, and hopefully I'll see people there.
Well,
Discount code macro. Do that, save some money. Puerto Vallarta this year, good spot. Mexico light, easy to get to.
Mexico light.
You can like Mexico gringo style, like everyone speaks English, and you can navigate. Like there's some parts of Mexico where they don't speak English, and you're kind of on your own. But Puerto Vallarta is like so touristy, so convention oriented that like you're gonna be fine.
Okay, Mexico light. That's what I like to hear. I would say Cory give us some stuff, but I always do Cory's because he's a nigga about it. CoryHughes.org, bloodyhistory.substack.com, Wonderful History JFK book, Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white, Volume 1, Volume 2, early
February.
2026, February 2026. We appreciate everybody being with us. Of course, me, xq420.com for everything I do. Make sure you're getting you some independent media token. Buy you some Solana first. Transfer that over in the Phantom wallet. We appreciate everybody for being here with us. Merry Christmas. We'll see y'all next week for 217.